And a wonderful time for us to visit with Sister Réjane. It's a nun's life, and Sister Réjane of the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth. Good morning, Sister. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I think I can speak for both of us. Can I, Dave?
You can always speak for me, Ron, because you're so much more eloquent about it.
Eloquent. Wow, I got to look that word up. I don't
That's a
know if I
great
was
word.
insulted or if I was complimented.
High
Good
praise,
morning,
high
sister.
praise.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing well, Ron and Dave. And today I thought I'd talk about the season of Easter.
Mm.
Yeah, because, we know that Lent's the season, right? It's 40 days. But the season of Easter is actually longer. It's actually 50 days. But we often think, well, it's just Easter Sunday, I think. And we have to remember that just marks the beginning of the whole season. And so, and our church liturgically, we have in the season of Easter, we have our gospel readings, and we hear about the appearances of the resurrected Jesus to his disciples in all these different settings. First to Mary Magdalene near the tomb, twice in the upper room, on the road to Emmaus, and then on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. Now, this is a great time of fear and uncertainty for the members of our early church. But each time I think Jesus appears, what really marks him as recognizable to his disciples is he still carries the wounds of his crucifixion on his resurrected body. And this, for this Easter season, has been a point of personal meditation in my prayer. And, every time I go to Mass, I've been conscious of looking at the Easter candle, which is there for this whole season, and it's marked with the 5 nails, and symbolizing, the 3 nails that pierced his hands and feet, the spear that pierced his side, and the crown of thorns that pierced his head. And on the Easter candle, these 5 nails are put in the shape of a cross. I think that's to remind us it's really by Jesus' wounds that we are healed. There's no resurrection without his death because that's the door to our new life. And we cannot separate Jesus' death from his resurrection. And we do that when we profess in our mystery of faith, right in the middle of the Eucharistic prayers. It's that we say, by your death and resurrection, you've set us free. So again, I focus on those wounds or how we're healed. I've had injuries in my life, and I think we kind of have this false notion when we sustain an injury, medicine's just going to fix us up, and we'll be able to do everything we were able to do before we were injured. But healing's not like that, and healing takes a long time, and most people will tell you that their life has changed after the injury. There might be some limitations to what they can't do what they used to do. And I just read a book by a friend of mine, Sister Julia Walsh, called For Love of the Broken Body, and it's a spiritual memoir. It's her journey. And she talks about her vocation story within the context of a traumatic 20-foot fall off a cliff, which is, I can't even imagine going through that. But she identified her suffering and her healing as part of Jesus' paschal mystery. And she says, as Christians, she says, we're all called to kind of Eucharistically live our lives, being blessed, broken, and shared for others through God's grace of transforming our wounds, which I just found so powerful. So I just kind of call us this Easter season, let's reflect on how God, who in his own wounds and suffering, can transform our wounds to help others.
And it's such a beautiful gift, right, sister, to suffer. It really can be a great benefit to us, but none of us really wants it.
No.
But enough suffering comes our way, so we don't need to go out looking for it.
Exactly. Yes, thank you for clarifying that, right? I don't think God, is you need to suffer now. I mean, it's not like a punishment. It's just that we know that, every time we grow through, even like a child, when they grow, they have growing pains. When a woman gives birth, she has birth pains. So it's part of our lived experience. But if you allow God to work through it, it can be transformed, and you can work with others because you've had that experience. So you're like, I felt that before, right? I know what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to pray that when our time of suffering comes, that we're well prepared for it, and we think about it in the
Yeah.
right way. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a look. I think we all need to take a good look at that Easter candle, so we don't forget what it represents.
Exactly. Oh, well, it was great to talk with both of you today.
Great to have you
Thank
on.
you, sister.
And Nun's Life Ministry, of course, the podcasts are there, so people should check that out. Sister Réjane, thanks much. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too. God bless.
Now that's what I call some nonsense right there.
Absolutely. That was beautiful.
That's why we call it nonsense. What a wonderful reflection by Sister Réjane this morning.
I love it.